Okay, next little job I'm going to do on the GS1000. This is a first registered 1978, I believe. Is the rev counter, which is loose and is leaking oil. Where's my pliers? See if that does up at all. Oh yeah, that's very hand tight. Anyway, I'm going to disconnect and replace the cable, and I've got another drive to go in there as well, just in case this one is a bit knackered. So just unscrew that and pull that out. Okay. And then I'll just undo that cable from the top and put in the new cable, ready to link it all up. So same as the speedo cable, just wants a pair of pliers on the knurled nut. Just undo it a little bit and then unscrew it off. Might have got the wrong cable. The old one is longer than this one. Yep, unfortunately that's the wrong one. So what I'll do is take out the old cable out of the sheath, which is a little bit oily. I'll clean that off and put some chain lube in there. Not chain lube, cable oil. I've got some PTFE oil that's ideal for cables. So yeah, I'll clean that up. Can't feel or see any breaks or tears or anything in the cable itself. And the sheathing's had a good rinse out. Let's try a bit more. Yeah, that's coming out clear now, so that's that cleaned. I'll get some PTFE spray to grease it all up again. And that's what I'm going to use in the cable. PTFE lubricant. And at the bottom there it says high performance, reduces friction and wear for belts, cables, chains and more. So this is a cable, so I'm going to stuff it in there. Okay, that's the cable cleaned up and cleaned out and re-greased, and that's what will be going back on, being that I bought the wrong one, bought the wrong replacement. So that will go back on. Now it's been cleaned up. Now to get the old drive off and check it against this second hand one I've bought, see which one's best and fit that back. but the one that's on there, the old one that's coming off, the cable was definitely loose in there, and it's got definite oil around it. Whether that was just coming out past the threads where the cable wasn't tight enough, or whether it's the O-ring inside that's leaking, I don't know. So I'm going to take this off, and as I say, see which one's the better out the two. There you go, that's that out then. But the overall condition of this is quite nice. This O-ring here feels too flat, whereas the one on the other assembly I've bought stands proud. So I think a change of O-ring wouldn't be amiss on that. And it's just the fact that these are different. The one that came off the bike has got the bracket as part of the unit, so I don't know whether this is an aftermarket one which has a slot in the side that the locating bracket sits in, and then obviously that holds it in place, but it's still got, even when it's flat, there's still, I don't know, just wouldn't be as solid as the one piece one. So the drive teeth look as good as the other one, so there's no point changing the internal shafts over. So I'll just hang on to this as a spare just in case anything happens. The old one, I'll give this a clean up and then replace that O-ring, and then it should be good to go back on. Okay, so I've put a new O-ring on there, give it a bit of a clean up, and now I'm going to shove it back in the hole. Actually, I'm just going to get a quick wipe. Okay, that's the area cleaned up a little bit. I've put a bit of engine oil around the O-ring. That looks about it. I think I'll put a bit of thread locker on the bolt as well, being it's not going to be that tight. That's enough. And where's my cable? There it is. Okay, so that's the cable wound in, and I've also put it in at the top. Just got to make sure you line up the cable properly so it goes into the drive into the rev counter dial, and the same with down here. Make sure the cable goes either side of the drive and isn't just balanced on top of it. But it's all good, and just pinch this one up. And that's it pinched up at the top and the bottom. Now there's no looseness there at all. That was wobbly as anything when I took the old one out. Well, this is the old one, just refurbished. But yeah, there you go. One rev counter drive taken out, new seal put on it, checked over, cleaned up, new O-ring put on, and then because I silly enough bought the wrong cable for it, I've had to just clean out and re-grease the old one, which should now work a treat without leaking all down the engine, hopefully. But there you go, there's my GS1000 with the rev counter drive hopefully resealed and working spot on. Hope you found that entertaining, informative, and hopefully working. Won't find out till I start the engine. And there you go, all seems to be working fine. It'll need a big run to get the engine proper up to heat and pressure to see if that is still leaking, but I'm fairly confident it's all okay. And it's definitely a lot easier to get to if you've got the front wheel and mudguard off. Right, I'll carry on with some other jobs. Thanks for watching. Ta-ra.